I made it for nothing, no turn into something from nothing, yeah. Made it through property on our minority, you know the story. Hop on the jet on my property and fly away. Fly, fly, fly away. Call me a president, yeah. Straight out the trenches, yeah. My niggas can't with me, yeah.
All right, what's good, y'all? It's your girl, Just Real Trades, aka Nyazi, and I'm going to just forward testing today. I'm going to show you the markups I set up just forward testing. A lot of us, we always back test, but it's always good to forward test too. And I'm gonna show you why. So honestly, let's get straight into the point. So as you can see, the time frame is higher. So this is for swing traders. If you didn't know already, I've transitioned to a swing trader now. I am no longer a scalper. And so cool. Let's just get straight into it. All right, let's go on this daily time frame. So normally what I do is I go on the daily time frame, and that is because it just helps me see the bigger picture. It helps me see the bigger picture of where the market is going. So as you can see, market's been moving up for a while now. It's been a boom, 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 boom. You see the breakthrough. So as you can see, markets have just been going up. Gold just been going up for a while, especially due to a lot of the government and the shutdowns and this. So a lot of the big markets is buying gold. And so, boom, once I see where the trend is heading, I work my way down the time frames. So I look at the daily. I'm like, okay, cool. Here's the daily. I see the daily is moving up into an uptrend. Okay, I'll work my way down to the 4 hour. Work my way down to the 4 hour. And then let me, so it don't confuse y'all, pull this arrow. So I go on the 4 hour. And I see this move all the way on the top. You see no other candles is up here on this top line. I'm gonna draw this real quick. Right there. You see no other zone area is right here. So I'm going to take this back. Hold on 1 second. Oh, hold on, y'all. Continue. If it lets me, hold on, y'all. This is acting funny. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's act like this don't exist. And I know we forward testing, but like I said, you already seen the trait before. That's why it's labeled as forward testing. So I see this. I'm going to automatically mark this up all the way to the top of that wick and drag it all the way across. Why did I mark this area up? First is because it's all the way to the top. And no candlesticks have touched this yet. This area almost did, but all this candlestick did was to fill up that small gap, and then it went right back down. But nothing touched this area. Something has to touch this area. And so when I don't see a clear reason why nothing is up there yet, I go even smaller. I go even smaller. Now I'm on the 1 hour time frame. I'm on this 1 hour time frame. Rejection. I see a bit more rejection right here. Nothing's coming up here. So I'm like, okay, cool. That means the market's gonna go back up there because ain't no way they're gonna have a big zone right here and nothing's touching it. Nothing's touching this. So on the 4 hour, it's stronger than any other. So it's stronger than the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 5 minutes. This is where the market is heading. So like I said, I dragged it across and we're gonna see what market do. Obviously, you already know what to do because I marked it up. Boom. You see, market touched it. Let me change this yellow. All right, actually, boom. All right, you see, market touched it right there. Boom. I'm in the trade. If we back it up just a little bit, like right there, normally I will set a buy limit right here because as swing traders, you don't know when your zone is going to touch. So I would set a buy limit right here if I was to take this trade where the blue line is. Boom, I'm in the market. I'm going to sell. So I'm selling and market is going. Let's play this out. Boom. Now, I already know why did I set my take profit right here? Well, I already know market's going to break this, which it just did. Market broke that level. Now, I see it right here. Market has to break this level as well. This is 194 pips. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could aim even lower. But for me, in my safe zone, I'm only going to want to break 2 levels. So I'm just aiming to this second level right here. Boom, market broke that. All right, cool. You see market broke. Take that off. Cool. You won that trade. All right. Now you see this next one right here. Cool. Now I'm already seeing this right here. You see that gap? Let me zoom in. This gap right here is my favorite. This is my best friend. When the market leaves a gap, this is my very best friend. You know why? Because market have to cover this. It have to cover this. You see a gap right here. What do you look at this candle covering this gap? Gaps is your best friend. Eventually, this is going to get covered. Gaps is your best friend in the market because think of it like this. Think of this is like Chase Bank, right? Chase Bank is going up, and then Chase Bank is like, oh, damn, we forgot about PNC. So we go right back down, cover this gap. PNC's like, oh, okay, cool. We in the game with y'all. Boom, we go up. Now PNC and Chase is like, okay, we forgot Wells Fargo. We're gonna make another gap. We're gonna go get them, and we're gonna keep going. So gaps is your best friend because gaps is basically the big traders. They do not want to forget the other investors and banks. They want to all make money together. So think of it like that. So that's why I've drawn this up. I've put, boom, these candles. And what I would do is I would put my buy limit. Oh my God, I think earlier I said buy over here. But I definitely mean sell, obviously. So, excuse me on there. So where this blue line is, I will have a buy limit. So imagine that is my buy limit. And so who knows when it's going to touch that zone? We don't know. So when that gap is covered, that's when I want to get in. So still not hidden. You see, you might. This is the thing with swing traders. You can't let this bother you. Swing trader, you see a whole week went past without your zone touching. Swing trader, you are forced to be patient. You're forced to be patient, man. Let's go in. Y'all, I didn't even know, I didn't know you could change the lots on here, y'all. This is a new update. That's crazy. Wow. Well, we just learned something. So that's the lot size I'm assuming on the demo trading when you backtest them. So you still haven't got in this trade yet. Boom, 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 boom. You are in this trade. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna buy. If you let me click the button, boom, there we go. All right, you're in the trade. You bought right here. Now I set my TP right here. This level. Market's going to break this level. And notice when I talked about the gaps, here is a gap. Here's a gap. What did I say? That is your best friend. So market is going to come back up. This is the 4-hour time frame and it left a gap. It got to get covered. It got to get covered, especially it's on the higher time frame. All right, cool. Let's get it. Notice how I changed the lot size. Look at the numbers. All right, just be patient. And boom. Cool. Now, only put this lot size, well, units and lot size, units. I just grew up learning lots. So units, notice I put it that high because that's the real units that I use when I trade. So I always use the 70,000. Like that's just what I use because that's what I use on my funding account, my prop form. Boom. All right. So gap got covered over here for you to see it clearly. I'm gonna mark it up. Gap got covered right there. You know what I'm saying? Boom. They didn't want to forget them. So now they're in the game. Now they are in the game. And they broke the level. Look at that new gap. Let's see if that gets covered. I don't even know yet, y'all. Let's see. And it's probably going to take a while. Look at all these gaps they're leaving. Gap, gap, gap. And it looks like it's just going up and it's taking off. So this one did not get covered. Ooh, gold. First of all, look at gold. Now, over time, but this is perfect example. We never know. Oh, I didn't even close that trade out. Yeah, I didn't even close that trade out. So my TP would have been, I would have been out. Look at this. So not every single gap is going to get covered, but majority is. So you see right here, this is covered. What else can we spot out? What else can we spot out? There's not major going on. If you was to go on the smaller time frame, I bet it will be more clearer. But for swing traders, I look for big. So look, boom, you see my paper trade right here, and you see this huge gap. My take profits up here. This is about to go eventually to like a live trade because the market haven't got that far. But it's so crazy because right after this trade, y'all, I bought a platform, which was a bit frustrating because I'm like, dang, y'all, like, I'm like, dang, this is actually a really good trade. Now you don't see that there's a stop loss, but there was. I just took it off. It was below my zone, the stop loss. So just imagine that. And boom. So you see, the only frustrating is, y'all, I've never seen this before. Hold on. Trader View been doing these weird updates. Like, y'all, oh my gosh, I'm just trying to trade. All right. So always realize too, when a level is broken, it broke it, it's gonna come back down. But you have to trust it's gonna come back up because this is a new level. This was a level, broke. This was a level, broke. This was a level, eventually it's gonna be broke. Right now, I don't think it's gonna, yeah, it's live now. So cool, this is what we're working with. What I believe, we can't go forward because now this is live. What I believe is that market, it just covered this gap. That's why it just went down. And then eventually is going to start breaking this level. Probably gonna go down a bit and then break this level. That's just my thoughts of what is going to happen. So hopefully you learned. I can make more videos about gaps because like I said, not every single gap's gonna get covered. Some takes longer than others. Some takes weeks, some takes a day, some takes minutes. It's just learning how to define that over the time. It's just now when I look at charts, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. There was a gap right here. It's covered. Okay, cool. There was a gap right here. It's covered. It's just something you spot out over time. Gap right here, covered. Gap right here, covered. Gap, covered. Gap, covered. Like, and you might not even, you might be like, girl, what are you looking at? Look, I'm gonna just mark them up for y'all. I'm gonna just, let's do, let's do that color, whatever it is. Let's do that. I'm just gonna mark up gaps that I just spot out and I see that got covered. Yeah, I can literally mark this up all day. Yeah, that just is getting covered more and more and more and more and more. Oof, this was a big one right here. And you see, look at these wicks that would literally just cover that gap. Boom. This didn't cover the full one, but it covered most of it. There's a baby gap left, and the market finished it off. So hopefully what you learned in this video is spotting out gaps. It wasn't as in detail because this was mainly just paper trading, showing you the zones on the higher time frame, where I set my TPs to the next level, stop losses, and yeah. And so hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Let me know what you think, how you feel. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Just Real Trades. Check out my other channel, Just Real Vibes, which is just strictly like traveling and vlogging. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. All right.